Have you been looking for graduate, academic, or professional development opportunities abroad? Do you want to gain cutting-edge knowledge and get hands-on work experience in your field? If so, the Edmund S. Muskie Graduate Fellowship Program may be for you. Established by the U.S. Congress in 1992, the Edmund S. Muskie Graduate Fellowship Program is a program of the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs of the U.S. Department of State and administered by IREX. The Muskie program is designed to foster democratic and economic development in Eurasia through intensive 1 to 2 year academic programs for graduate students and professionals. Fellows will complete a program of academic study at qualified graduate institutions. They will also perform community service during the first year of the program and take part in a full-time internship.
In my case, my professors were, in addition to having PhDs in business from Yale or MIT or Caltech, half of them were scientists who had this experience of bringing technology to the market, or the opposite, of employing the technology for the growth and the innovation in the business and the development of your company. So being in touch with them and hearing their stories and being able to get their real-life experiences is incredible, enriching experience was for me.
Things that you learn from people who are not theory, people, but those who practitioners. I think that's one of the biggest advantages of going to graduate school in the States, because most of the time and oftentimes you have professors who practice what they teach you, and that's very important.
Muskie Fellows are placed at host universities and colleges throughout the United States that have resource materials and specialists in the Fellows field. Each Fellow will be affiliated with a host advisor who will guide his or her studies, as well as their interaction with faculty and students within the university, college, and host communities. Fellows can be placed in 1 or 2 year degree programs or 1 year non-degree programs in the following fields: business administration, economics, education, environmental management, international affairs, journalism and mass communication, law, library and information science, public administration, public health, and public policy. Citizens of Russia and Ukraine are eligible to apply in the following fields only: business administration, economics, law, public administration, and public policy. Muskie Fellows use their skills to the benefit of the communities they live in by volunteering during the first year of their program. In the past, Muskie Fellows have volunteered for national and international organizations focused on economic, political, and health issues, while others have donated their time to support local chambers of commerce, community centers, and schools. Many Fellows have found that they themselves have benefited a great deal from their volunteer work and bring these values with them back to their home countries.
I remember in Fargo, there was the big flooding there in the winter. And I was reading some newspapers, and also I was speaking with my Georgian Muskies. And what they were talking to me, how the university students were helping society, how they were working from morning till night in the minus 20 Celsius degree. I mean, how they were so dedicated. It's really amazing, because I really feel now how big power is society and community when they are working together and when they have the main goal.
Honestly, this community service was my first volunteer experience at all, because in my own country, even when I was a student, a bachelor, I didn't hear a lot about any non-governmental organizations. I haven't heard so much, so I never think about just volunteering. But as soon as I came here, I at first thought, oh, it's just 40 hours that I should work for free for something that I even don't imagine what does it mean. But after I started doing that, I really enjoyed that, and I really went even beyond these 40 hours because it was really helpful for me, and I was very appreciated to feel myself helpful for the other people. Actually, it's a really good thing to provide any community service, because you know and you feel your importance for the society, and you see that you make your own contribution in the society development.
Muskie Fellows intern during the summer after their first academic year. Internships provide an excellent opportunity for students to gain practical experience and make invaluable professional contacts. Muskie Fellows have held internship positions at a wide variety of organizations and companies, including multinational corporations, international aid organizations, research institutes, media outlets, health services organizations, government agencies, and more.
I'm currently doing my internship at Academy for Educational Development. My future goal is to become an educational leader in my country and to work in administrative level in the government. And working in AED gives me a lot of good experiences, such as implementing projects, establishing good relationship between different agencies, government, and I'm sure I will be able to apply gained skills when I go back in order to help my country to develop their education system.
Now I'm working at the organization which is dealing with community public health, so I believe that all the networking and all the contacts I'm getting right now, they will be very helpful for me in my future in building my career.
Post-fellowship opportunities will also be available to alumni of the Muskie program for continued professional growth. Opportunities for alumni of U.S. government-sponsored exchange programs include reentry and networking events, grants, participation in job fairs, seminars, lecture series, opportunities to publish materials, and access to alumni electronic mailing lists.
This is a good possibility as well for networking, not only among those who are with you in the same program, but also between you and alumni who graduated before. And this I actually can see in practice right now in Ukraine, because we stay in touch, and it's really helpful.
Financial provisions of the grants include J1 visa support, round-trip travel from the fellows' home city to their host institution in the United States, tuition and additional mandatory university fees, accident and sickness coverage, monthly allowance for living expenses, limited allowance for books, an orientation program, pre-academic English language training if necessary, and a wide variety of alumni networking opportunities. Eligibility requirements. Muskie applicants must be a citizen and current resident of an eligible Eurasian country, the recipient of an undergraduate degree, 4 or 5 year program by the time of the application. For people applying to the Muskie program in the field of law, undergraduate degree must be in law. Must submit a complete application and 2 copies by the application deadline. Must be able to begin the academic exchange program in the United States in the summer of 2010. Must be able to receive and maintain a U.S. J1 visa. You may be wondering, how can I apply? There are 2 ways to apply. Submit an application online, or submit a paper application to your local IREX office. It can be downloaded online or obtained from your local IREX office. Required submission materials include an application with all fields accurately filled out, supplementary questions, signed privacy policy statement, statement of purpose essay, program of study essay, 2 completed reference forms, list of courses and grades, resume or curriculum vitae, copy of international passport, copies of TOEFL, GRE, or GMAT scores if previously taken.
I'd like to give advice to future applicants regarding the application process. Prepare for TOEFL and GRE exams at the same time when you start writing your application, because TOEFL and GRE exams are they require to get ready for and don't wait until the last day of submission of application. Submit your application before the given deadline.
Before you apply to the Muskie program, you have to have a clear understanding of what you want to do with your life and where you want to take it, and maybe familiarize yourself with the U.S. academic system and look at the sample curricula maybe, or see how the grading system works, because it will make your life much easier after you go to the U.S.
The IREX field offices administer the application and selection processes but do not make any selection decisions. IREX contracts academics and technical experts to evaluate applications and to interview the candidates. All selection decisions are made in Washington, D.C. based on scoring provided by these outside experts. The application process is as follows. Step 1. Applications are reviewed and semifinalists are selected. Step 2. Semifinalists are notified, standardized testing is scheduled. Step 3. Interviews and standardized testing are conducted in home countries. Step 4. Finalists and alternates are announced. Step 5. Pre-departure orientations are held in home countries and fellowships begin in early August.
I think the program makes you feel empowered because throughout the program you make a lot of decisions, starting from what subjects you want to learn, then to what kind of schedule you want to have every day, then to what activities you want to do. Everything depends on you. And throughout this 1 year, 2 years, you get used to this feeling so much that when you come home, you continue treating your life this way, and it makes you much more successful in a professional area and in personal life too.